competitiveness of all three phases, to be honest with you. But if you're talking about the offense, the run game was tremendous tonight. It was tremendous all night. I mean, Travis had some hard-fought yards, but our O-line also opened up some things, and they did some things to take away what we normally do, and that's the answer. And, we were put into some really good second and manageables all night, and got some really big first downs, or got to inches and converted those. So, save for the one. So, I was pretty proud of the guys and the hard work they put in every week, and obviously to see it come to fruition when things aren't always going your way. The thing I didn't like is 12%. What we talk about is our negative plays. We had too many tonight. We needed to hang on to the ball better, and if we do, it's maybe a different score there at the end. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. I loved how the fight and all the guys.
There was a lot of focus during the week on the special teams and Byron and everything. Just how did you see him live that week, and how?
Well, I mean,
I'm
happy for our guys. I mean, ultimately, Byron's in charge of that unit, and he does a tremendous job. Nobody sees the behind-the-scenes work that he puts in and the effort he puts into it. And they make one play tonight, and we had a couple missed tackles on that. I will guarantee you, I watched it with my own eyes, just like everybody did. But I give them credit too for making those types of plays. But after that, that's a big play. We preach here, go on to the next one, and the next one were in our favor. I thought we had some really great returns tonight. Dedmon gave us some juice, gave us some life on some big returns. And when we needed it the most, we talked about it all week about doing something to their punt return, on our punt return, getting a pressure. And we came through with that pressure. Guidry did a great job of blocking it. And that was as big a play in this game as any. So our special teams unit stood up when they needed to stand up, and I thought they were tremendous.
What was the message to the offensive line, knowing very well that Hamilton was not going to concede the deep ball at all?
Yeah, I mean, when teams do that, we have answers to that. We have the way our run game is. We have a lot of pass options off of it generally, anyway. So when those close and we have to hand it off, I mean, it's a good thing. It's never bad. And usually when we're doing that, it's because for a reason. And they were taking away other things. So when we did decide to give it, I mean, Tice was tremendous. Up front, the O-line were tremendous, creating holes for him. And obviously he was great at just breaking through things as well and creating an extra explosion here and there. And, he's been doing that for us all year. In the last two games, he's just been spectacular.
It's been quite difficult also from changing from jailbreak and inside routes to trying to throw regularly on the outside. Let's say, an example, to Tyler Snead or Tyson Philpott. Obviously, what was the message to Alexander on the sideline?
Just keep making great decisions. Be accurate with the throws. And, Davis, that's what he does well. I mean, he makes good decisions on the football field. And, again, we have a lot of things that he has to make a decision on, and he tends to make the right ones. And when he throws it, he's usually accurate. So, obviously, tonight, again, I just felt offensively the one thing that we'd like to be better at. And one thing we pride ourselves in is not turning it over. I mean, when we don't turn it over, we win ball games that way. Because our defense can stand on their head and our special teams does their job. Offensively, that's your job. It's not to have mistakes. And tonight we had too many of those, and we got to correct them quickly and move on.
What can you tell us about Kennedy? He was everywhere, and he felt a bit emotional after the game. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was tremendous. I know he's going through something personal from back home with a loved one. So I know this game meant a lot to him. But he plays like that every week. I mean, he's an incredible defensive player for us. Came up with another big play against Hamilton like he did in week one. I think the world of him as a person and a player. And he's been nothing but tremendous for us. So, to come up with another big play and be all over the field, like you said, hats off to him and the defense. Then defense in general. And our defense is pretty stout all night. I mean, it's a hard quarterback to contain. They have great offensive personnel as well. So, and I know they're coached extremely well. So anytime you come out on top of that team, you're doing something right.
I have to ask because it was something unusual that happened in the game, but what did you think about Wynton McManus, explosive? What did you see from your angle?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I mean, I didn't even see the kick. Apparently there was a kick, and it looked like someone got thrown into him, and he reacted to it, and I didn't see it, so I really can't comment too much on it. I just know what I tell our players is nothing they say, nothing they do. So, but I know it was probably reactionary to something. Not that we did anything wrong, but he may have perceived it that way. So it's unfortunate. I don't like to see anybody in our league kicked out, particularly a player of his stature and what he means to their team. But rules are rules, and obviously they ruled on that, and you just got to live with it.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, they were playing like a 3-high, like Stavros was playing like probably 40 yards back, and then 2 high halves. They were basically just trying to keep everything in front. But that, that's okay, and that's why our run game was so effective, and our O-line played amazing, and it was just we knew coming in, division rival. It's a great football team over there, so we knew it was going to be tough.
Tyson scored pretty well. What happened in the last 2 games for him? He's tremendous.
Travis Tyson?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't know you were talking about Tyson. I mean, he's a stud. He comes ready to work every single day. He wants the football in his hands, which is super important. And he doesn't go down on first contact, and he just keeps battling, and he fits the mold of this team perfect.
You feel it was coming, those 2 performances, when you look at this?
Trav?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like what we talked about. We feel like as an offense, we should be able to dictate what we can do. So if you want to play so far back and, keep everything in front of you, then we think that we can gash you in the run game.
How proud are you of the other 2 units? You didn't put 40 points on the board this time, but how proud are you of the other units for keeping it that low?
Yeah, for sure. Incredible performance by our defense. I think they only gave up the 1 touchdown drive, if I'm not mistaken, coming out of the 3rd quarter. But they were tremendous. They had some huge turnovers for us. We honestly, offensively, second half, we weren't very good. We didn't help them out at all. So they helped us. They kind of saved the game, and then defense has special teams has a huge pump block. So we gotta be thankful for them. Tip our cap and keep moving.
This is a copycat lead, and obviously, seeing the results of today's game against you, do you believe that coming off the next game will be the same strategy that you will face?
We'll see. Not every. I don't think every DC is. I think most defensive coordinators are stubborn, so they want to play their defense. But we'll adjust, and I mean, regardless, we still felt like we should have been able to throw the ball a little bit better than we were today. So it's not. If a team wants to come out and play that, we'll figure it out. I promise.
And the connection with Tyson football seemed quite difficult today. Was it simply of the lack of movement, or simply just your throw was off?
I mean, we just, we can't be pretty perfect every single time, and you're gonna be off a little bit. I missed him a couple times on an out route, and I'm sure he'll say he should have made some plays too. But hey, that's life, that's football. We're 6-1 and 4-0 against the East, so let's keep it rolling.
You were saying about the streak this last week that there was an asterisk because of the playoff.
Yeah.
Now streak's over. Is it weight off your back or what?
Oh no, I don't care. You know that. I don't care. I just want to win.
What about the impact of Devontae Deadman?
Yeah. First of all, super happy for him. He's been grinding. He probably could have came back earlier, but just because the whole 6-game stuff. So he was very eager, and he just has talked about how much he loves the culture here, and how he's just super thankful to be here, and we love him, and just super proud of him. And I think he's got a lot left more in the tank, and he'll tell you the same thing.
How does it help you when a returner can help you to go to the 30 and 40-yard lines to start the sequence?
Yeah, for sure. It's just like an extra first down, right? So it's like you're almost 1 first down, 2 first downs away from field goal range, and he's going to break one. He's close. I feel it.